This conference will now be recorded.
Anything? No issue. Okay. Okay, so let me see. This one. Safin is still joined through the web. Actually, most of the people join through the web today, so I don't know why.
So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, like you said, you can help. So on Sunday, maybe I can join and we can go over like what to do. I mean, I don't know what's going on because I installed it in my computer and I go from there and like I said, the ID that you gave me that's the one I used and that's what the one I used to join today.
Yeah, did you open the GoToMeeting first and then use that the meeting ID?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Because the thing is, if you, I cannot help on anything on the GoToMeeting because the thing is, it doesn't show in the screen. That's the problem. So even though now the GoToMeeting application is in the screen, but you are not able to see. No one can see except me. So that is a problem that I cannot help on this GoToMeeting. So I can help by using Team Viewer or something else, but not with the GoToMeeting. So what I can do is I can I can I can help you with Team Viewer if you have it.
Hmm. What does that mean?
Team Viewer is an application. By using the Team Viewer, I will be able to access your computers. It's kind of like remote desktop. I'll be able to do help you to check the GoToMeeting using that Team Viewer because Team
Right.
Viewer.
I know what you're talking about. I think I have done that before.
Okay.
Like when I was taking a test, they had to take over my mouse. So it happened. They did it. So are you saying it depends on the like whether it's GoTo or there is another application? Depends on the application whether they can do it or not?
Yes.
Oh, I see. So go to the this one. You are not sure, but I think you can still take over my mouse.
I cannot because it shows that you will join through web. You will be able to share your screen, but I will not be able to get the control for your keyboard and mouse. But it's
Oh, I
fine.
see.
After the
Yeah,
class,
yeah.
what
I
I'll
don't
do
know
is,
what else to do. I don't know.
Can I say something just really quick? Uh,
yes,
Zoom, Microsoft Team Viewer, both work like perfectly when we do share the screen. On that time, the presenter can easily can get the access for the mouse. Zoom
mhm.
app is also very good, and Team Viewer is also good by Microsoft. But GoToMeeting is very popular, so it is also not very bad. But the accessing time, maybe the presenter cannot get the mouse control sometimes.
Yeah. So because they have a new, the problem is if anyone is joining the GoToMeeting through the web, then they will not be able to share that
Yeah.
the control. But if they're using the application, then
Then
they will be able to do that. Okay, no problem. We'll fix it. After today's class, I will try to fix it so that you don't need to come to join only for this one on Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so I think almost everyone joined today's session. So let's start. So no one have any issue, right? With anything that we learned till now. So remember one thing that if you don't ask any question, then you will get a question from me. Okay, so if you don't have any question, then yeah, walaikum salam everyone. So if you don't have any question, then I will ask you a question. Okay, so How many data types we learned till now?
We learned total 4.
4. Yes, we learned 4, but Safri answered 3. I believe you said 3 because of we didn't have used that boolean, right? Until without that we learned 3, which is true, but I told you that if we just have like 4 now, and just to know that boolean is store only true and false, then it is fine. Okay, so yes, so we have 4 data types. So previously we are using the name container, type of the container, but now from now we'll never say that words. We'll use data type, because data type is the thing that you have to mention everywhere. Okay, so we are here and this is the data type, right? If this is the data type, what we call this one? The name we have to give to store any kind of thing.
It's a container name.
No. So that was the old concept that we used to learn these things, how these things works. Then we learn that what is the real name of this?
A variable.
Variable. Yes, that is correct. So variable. So this is data type. This is variable. And what this called?
It's the value.
Value. Yes, that is correct. So this is the way how we store any data or anything in a variable, and that should be a specific data type. Okay, so this is the, what is that? Did I write? No, I think I wrote that one here somewhere. Okay, let me write it here. So this is called data type. I think I wrote this one somewhere. And this is called variable, and this is value. Okay, and we learned 4 data types, that is string, integer, double, and boolean. And till now we practice string, integer, and double. And on the on string, I gave you a task that you have to create 2 variables, and you have to save your name, first name and last name, and then you have to add them. And also I give you some other tasks, like if possible, then use some other operators except this plus, and to see that how it works. If you did the practice, then you're good to go. Then otherwise it will be fine if you do practice on this weekend or after today's session, which is also fine. So now this part, data type, variable, and value. So this is we are declaring a variable and initializing it. So this is another terms that we use. So basically this thing can be done in 2 ways. One is this, double the data type, variable, and after the variable you are saving the value. So this is a way, one of the way that how you can save your value. Another way is if you just simply type double any number, let's say, and you don't want to save any value at this time, you want to save some value later. So you can do that. You can just declare this, and then later, some after like couple of line or 100 of lines, you can declare the value, because you already have this variable. So you can declare the value later, any place, like this. Okay, so this is called declare a variable, and this line called initialize a variable. Okay, so two things. At first you are creating this variable, so we call that as declare a variable. Then when you are trying to save some value inside this variable, we call that initialize a variable. Okay, and you can achieve the same like both of the lines in the same line as well, so you don't need to like keep it separate, or sometimes we know that what will be the value is, that's why we write it in this way. Sometimes we don't know, so that's why we create a variable like this, and after like for example hundreds of lines, like let's say here somewhere, you use that, you can do that. Okay, so remember this concept, because this will be this is related to your some other topics, so it will be helpful for you if you remember this idea, this concept. Okay, any question here?
So, to summarize the concept,
Mhm.
that is it like you don't have to declare the value right away? You can also do it later. Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Mhm.
Okay.
And for this one we have a name for that. We call that as a declare a variable. So we are just only declaring the variable here. What will be the variable is. And after a couple of lines or hundreds of lines, when we know that what is the data, we have what is the value we have to say, then we name the value, name the variable, then equal sign, and then the value. Remember that once you declare any variable, you cannot declare that again. You cannot do that. We already learned that, right? In our last session. You cannot declare the same variable again. Okay?
Yes,
Yes.
that's why we put the like different name when we had.
Different name. It is correct, yes. So that's why if you are trying to use like this format, it's not going to work. You will see that it's already declared. So you will get some suggestion here. It says that duplicate local variable. This one is a duplicate. So either you can remove this one or you can change the name of your variable. Okay. Or this one we say.
Yeah. Just one thing. So the
Mhm.
first one is called declare a variable. Why isn't the second one called declare a value? Why is it called initialize a variable?
Because in the variable you are trying to save something. That's why we say that initialize a variable. So let me give you the idea here. Let's say that I don't have it, right? Any number, I don't have this. I didn't initialize this one, or I didn't save any value there. And I want to print that system dot out dot println, and then I'm trying to print this any number. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and when you try to print this one, it will say that you cannot do that. The local variable any number may not have been initialized, means that may
I
not
see.
have been initialized with any value, means that you didn't save any value inside this variable. And that's why
Okay.
it says that you can quickly fix by clicking on this one, initialize the variable, so it will create a line, something like this,
Okay.
with a zero.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so it's the terms that we have to use. So it's you are declaring it because we are trying to say that what the name of the variable is and what will be the data type for this variable. That's why you call that as a declare. So you're declaring, and then saving the value, we call that as initialize the variable, because we are saving this value inside a variable. That's why. You got it now? Are you okay with the answer, or are you still trying to? Okay, got it. Okay, so this is like little terms that you need to memorize, because something you cannot memorize the program, but you have to memorize that what are the data types are, how can you declare the variable, how can you initialize the variable, how can you write the syntax, system or println. These are the things you have to memorize, and these actually when you do the practice, you don't need to memorize. It will be like whenever you work on that, it will come automatically. So you are kind of confused. So which part you are confused here?
Yeah, I'm confused with the declare a variable or initialize a variable.
Okay, no problem. So let me try to go more deeper here. Let's say I don't have these things. Yeah. Okay. So do you understand this part?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm doing here, this is my data type, and this is the variable name,
Variable.
and this is the value, right?
Yeah.
Now this is a variable, and then you have to declare the what kind of variable is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make a declaration here. So let's say that you have something like 100 items and you don't need all of them. So you declare that I don't need these items. So anyone who wants to come, they can come to my place and then they can get it. So you are declaring it. Okay. You are saying that I have items and I am whoever wants to come, they can take it. So this is kind of like you are saying that okay, I have clothes and I want to give away. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like you are declaring what kind of thing you are giving away. Clothes, right? So this is
Close.
the kind
Yeah.
of data type is clothes, and the variable is can be like what kind of clothes you are giving away. Okay. So that is the
Yeah.
one part. Okay. This is a declaration. This is a declaration. Now if you're declaring it, you can just declare it. So whoever will come, they will see uh, so you are declaring here, and you don't want to do anything except the declaration. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the declaration part. So what you are doing, I am doing here double and then anything, something like that. So, and as the rule for the programming, this Java programming is after each and every line we have to use semicolon. So I just give the symbol. So this is my the declaration. I didn't mention anything specific here. So what kind of clothes will be, how many clothes will be, right?
Yeah.
So you are declaring it. Now you after like a day, when you don't see any response from anyone, now you say that okay, so why don't we go and why don't I like put some more information about the clothes that is I'm giving you. So you can say okay, so I have the clothes that is anything. So you can say I have total 100 clothes. So whoever want to come, they can come and take it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the part where you are saying that how many items you have. So this is the thing that I would say initialization. Initialization of the variable.
So when are we supposed to write down this one? Declare it.
This one basically when we don't need the value right away, we might need that
Okay.
after like a couple of lines or hundreds of lines or thousands of lines when we need somewhere. In that kind of situation, we'll declare that in the very beginning and we'll use that later. So we'll see that the how it works, but now we just need to understand the concept. That's it, but we'll do the hands-on. Okay,
Okay.
then you will get the idea.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so let me get it out and let me get all these things back. Okay, so this is the line that we call declare a variable, and this is the line we call initialize a variable. So this we will do some practice on that later. Okay, and we give you a task. I give you a task on string, that is adding your name. So this was the task. So for this one, I'm doing it right now here. String first name equals to, let's say I'm writing my name, and the last name equals to, that is and I want to add this to first name and last name, and I want to, after the adding it, I will keep it somewhere, right? So what I'll do is I'll do a string full name, and the adding is simple that we did before. It's very simple adding, right? Two variables adding here, first name plus last name. Okay, then semicolon. So I'm adding it here. Now it's time for printing out. System out println. If your typing is slow, I will prefer you will do more practice, more typing on this one. It will help you. Okay. Now it's time for to print this full name. Let's see what will happen. So I'll keep that in a comment. I don't want these things to print now. Okay, everything is in comment now. So only this one will print, my first name and last name. I already received some like inputs for this one. Okay, why did it print this one here again? Okay, this one. Okay, let me run it again. Okay, so you can see my name. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, you told us to do any task?
Yes, that was on last week, last session. After the end of the last session,
Oh,
I
no,
told
right
you
now
to
in the
do this
class, like
task.
I know this one how to do it. You want us to do this one right now? Sorry, I was little
No, no,
distracted.
no, no problem. So no, I didn't ask you to do anything right now, but I want you to give me the suggestion in the chat box
Sure.
only to me. Don't share your answer with anyone, only to me. That now I'm seeing this one here, my first name and last name together. How can I get a space between my first and last name? There will be like a couple of ways. Whatever way you can give it, that is fine. I'll just check it. I don't need your full code. I just need the suggestion only. Yes, Dasita, you are right. Okay, one more submission to print in the same line. Yes, Anila, print in the same line. Nasita, your second option is not right. It's not right. So it doesn't matter how many spaces you give here. It doesn't matter really that how many space you gave here. The program will not count this space. See that? The program will not count that space. But I already told you that where the space counts, right? Okay, so I got some submissions, so which is good. So the thing is, I got one submission from Nancy, so I'll show you that one first. So when you are adding it and it's trying to keep that together, not really, but I'll check that. I'll show you that how it works. Okay, so yeah, between that the double quotation, that is correct. So what you need to do is, because we first option, that is very simple option. As I said that this space will not countable. So what you can do, the space in the double quotation, it counts, right? So just simply put a space after the first name and then run it. You will see one space here. That is a very simple solution, right? And related to this solution, we also can do like a space. We can give a space before the first name, last name, and then we can run it. You'll see this again. See that? Beauty, your answer is not right because we are trying to print the variables. So we have stored our name inside a variable, and then we are trying to print that. So this is the way, okay? Because most of the time, what you'll do is you will collect the text from the website and you will print that. Now, when you will print that, how I will know that what you are printing, what is the reason of printing that thing, what is the header of that. So that's why we need something like that. This concept will help you to do that. Okay. Now, either you can do this one or this one, because the space between the double quotation works, right? It's acceptable. But usually what we do is we don't give the space there, because that is like you're modifying the name, right? You're modifying inside there, so usually we don't do that. What we do, we here in the first name and last name, between that we have only one plus sign. Okay, got it. So in this one, in this case, what we can do, we can add one more extra plus sign, and between this plus sign, because there is like extra plus sign, we can give a double quotation here. Basically, what is this is let me show you the real picture of this one. It's kind of like Zakir and then plus and then last name, right? So if I try to add these two names directly, it will show me something like this, right? Now, if you add something else, you can also do that. Something is that every time you are adding it, something is adding, right? Whatever you want to add, you can add it here. You can add it like this. You see that? Every time you try to add something, you can add it here. Okay. Now, let's say that I want to print a space. I want to print a space after my first name. So as I said that this space counts like this. This is possible, right? Is this possible? That I want to add a space after my first name in this way.
The first one was easier for me. Just put the space between last name H or any space between.
Yes, that is easy. That is easy. But the thing is, you have to understand this concept because whenever you are getting something, you have to show that what you are trying to print, and you are not going to put a space there. Or if you don't understand this concept, then you will not be able to merge two string together.
Okay, I got it now because yeah, this will also work for us because we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 double quotation and one double quotation have a space inside of it. So it's going to be give a space between after Zakir and then Hussein.
Yes, that is correct. Okay, in this case, now what I'll do is I will run it and I'll see my name, and then if I highlight, then I will see there is a space there. You see that? After Zaki, there is a space. But if I don't have it, I will not have this space. You see that? I don't have any space here.
Yeah, clear. Thanks.
Okay. Now for this one, if I need to just give a space like this, and after the space, if I want to add my last name, again I have to put a plus sign and give a last name like this. Like this. So now if I run it, it will show me first name space last name. Everyone got it? How this plus signs works with a string? Because you already know how this plus sign works with the integer and double, right? So this is something like for the string, it is trying to add the string, like the values of the string together. That's it.
One quick question over here. I
Yes.
understand the whole thing, but my question is not related with this. But the I'm little bit get confused sometimes. Like we wrote over here uh, plus, then we put one space, then we put the colon. So if I don't put any space over here after the plus sign, then the database is going to be give us the answer.
Yeah, this space is not mandatory.
Yes.
It's only
So
for
yes.
if
Yes, this one is not mandatory. So I will be feel very comfort if I don't put any space over here because these things makes me confusing because we definitely have to put space over here like after string space last name space equal to. If we don't put space, then the system is going to show us an error. But inside the command, like after the semicolon, we don't need to put any space. So this is for my just conveniency.
it's
It's
fine. It's
right,
fine.
right?
If you want
Correct?
to learn in this way, you can do that. It's fine. it just like how it looks good. So for whenever you are programming, whenever you are writing the code, you will never think that this code will be read only by you. This is possible that this code might be read by your team members or someone else who will join after you. So that's why we have to write the codes in a way so that other people can understand. So I can easily write this variable name, first name like this, because I understand that what I wrote here, right? Because I am the writer, I am the author for this code, but whoever join after me or whoever is in the team member, it will be difficult for them to understand what we write here. So that's why in some places we have to maintain something, like for this one we usually give a space, this one also give some space, but for now for the learning phase you can just ignore this space. Okay,
Thank
for the
you.
learning phase, after like a month you will be automatically giving a space.
To make it much more like a professional.
Yes. So after a month you can do that, it's fine. So for now, for the learning phase, you can just don't put any space. Okay, so this is the thing that I was trying to give you the idea that how many plus signs, it doesn't matter how many plus signs you use. Is basically it's adding the values of the string. Okay. Any question here? Yes, Anila, your concept is also right. So I will also show you that one as well. I will show you that. I will show you here. But is there any question here? Anyone have any question understanding this part? No questions, right? Remember, if you don't have any question, then I will have a question. So here, my name is saved somewhere. My last name is also saved somewhere. So is this okay that if I just simply not using my name directly and then just call this variable, is this okay? Are you agree with me?
No, I believe no, because variable we have right now two variables. One is first name, another is last name. So the
Mm-hmm.
system will be get right now confused which one you want.
Yeah, so this is the one I have, first name and last name. I have only one first name. I'm keeping it here because this Zakir is saved inside this variable, right?
Okay, yeah, Zakir can be count as a value. So if we put over here, right now it will be give us the answer full name. Yes, yeah, you're right. I got it. It will be give us the value
So
right.
you got, yes, what I did, I just simply changed the way how we wrote here that the value, instead of writing the value directly, I use the variable. That is the only change I made here.
Yes, you are correct. I remember last class also we had discussed these things. We can be have multiple values, so we can go for
Yes.
directly to the variable to make a like a calculation for plus or minus.
Yes. Okay, so I got one more suggestion from Anila, so I will share it everyone. That is, why don't we just keep a string with a space like this equals to, and then I will just store only a space inside a string, and here instead of writing that space directly, I will just use the variable here. Can I do that? Will it print my name as is, or it will change something? Okay, I got 2 yes, 3 yes. Okay, so that's mean you understood, right? How this plus sign works with the string, because this is the place people get confused that why this plus sign is there in the integer and double. It's adding the numbers, and here in the string is behaving differently. That's why I'm just giving you some extra time on the string, because the string is the place that mostly you will work in that automation or in the testing. Okay. Okay, so let me now run it and see if it is printing as is. Yes, it's printing. So you got the idea. Now let's do some practice. Okay, I'm giving you a task, you have to complete it. So you have to create, you have to not create, I will use the terms declare and initialize three variables. One for house rent or apartment rent. If you are living in house, you can say house rent. If you are living in apartment, you can say apartment. So it's up to you, but even though I'm just writing apartment rent. Second for mobile bill, and third for, okay, let me take that in this. Third for utility. Okay, so you have to create three variables and initialize them with some value, whatever the value you want, you can give it, and it's up to you whatever the data type you want to use. Also, it's totally up to you. Okay, I'm giving you that option, and then you have to declare one more variable to store the result of your result of your monthly expense. Okay, so the variable name is also up to you. You can take it from here, or you can give any name. That is totally up to you. Of your monthly expense, then print that expense. So this is your task now. Okay,
So just
so
as an example, like this one is for us task, and this is like our monthly expenses. One is for like utility, second one is mobile bill, and we have to like um, plus all of them, and what is the result? We have to go for the equation of total expenses, correct?
yes, that is that. You have to print that result,
Oh,
and for that you can use any data type.
okay.
And for to complete this task, you have 6 minutes. No, 750. So I'm giving you like 5 minutes. If you need more time, I will give you. But
Yeah, give us
let's
10 minutes.
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I
what was
said
that?
give us 10 minutes.
10 minutes? No. 5 minutes. So I am giving you some tasks so that you can speed up your typing as well. So yes, I'm giving you enough time for this one, but still, if you need more time, I will give you. After like 5 minutes, I will ask.
Thank
If someone needs more time, I will give you time. But let's start with the 5 minutes, okay? So you have 5 minutes to complete this one. In the meantime, if you have any question, you can ask me.
Just a really quick request. Can you just copy this one and send it to the messenger so that like it will be easier for me? Because if I
Okay,
change
so
the
yeah,
screen on that time, I don't will be see any question.
yeah, you can keep it in Eclipse, and then top of that, after that, you can write it.
Thank you.
No problem. So I got almost the submission from everyone, and there are like small mistakes that you made, but almost everyone was correct here. What is this? Okay, okay, made almost the same mistake. Okay, so I will start now. Then you will get the idea. Whoever made the mistake, if you get that idea, because I already give you that response. If you still didn't get the idea, you will get the idea now. Okay. First of all, these are the numbers you have to work with, right? So first of all, I have to create 3 variables. Okay. So try to go one by one. Okay. Whenever you get any problem, try to understand the problem one by one. So try to solve that problem one by one. So here, the first problem is, the first thing you have to do is you have to declare and initialize 3 variables. So I will declare and initialize 3 variables. At first, I'll type the variable names here. So let me type this apartment rent, mobile bill, and then utility bill. Okay. I'll try to create 3 variables for these 3 names, right? Now, let's say that this is what kind of data type should I use for these 3?
Integer.
Integer. Okay. Any other data type I can use here? Double, which is also correct. Yep. So we can use integer or double, but we cannot use string, because we are going to work with numbers here. Whenever you are going to work with numbers, definitely we have to use either integer or double. We are going to use the integer if our number is a real number. That means that the number is not a decimal point number, so I can use that integer here. If my number is a decimal point number, then I have to have used double. Okay, so let's say that, let's use that double. And this apartment rent, I will try to use one submissions from here, that is 16. Okay, so this is the one of the variable with initialization 1675. Okay, now with mobile bill, I will also keep that in a double, and then the value I will keep that 150.55. Now the third thing is utility bill. I will also keep that in a double, and for this double I will keep 210. So my this requirement of this part is done. You see that you have to declare and initialize 3 variables, one for apartment rent, another for mobile bill, and third one for utility bill. So always try to go line by line, try to complete line by line. Don't try to think you have to complete this thing the whole together, then you will be in trouble. Secondly, my third fourth,
sorry for the interrupt. I think it's a little bit important for me. Over here we are using the double, but if I do have integer also, So instead of using integer, for to be safe side, is it better to use double?
Yes, you can do that. If there is a possibility, like you will get a decimal point number, then
To be the
use
safe
double.
side, it's better to use
For
double.
the safe side, yes, go for the double, because utility bill is always you will get in decimal point number. There is no like you will get in real number. It is
And
always.
if I have, yeah, so thank you for understanding. I got this one. And if I do have both, like double and integer, on that time,
I
I
will
can
show you.
write one double and one integer.
Yeah, I will come to that point. After
Okay,
this one, I will do that also.
thank you very much. And sorry for interruption.
No problem. So this is the thing. So if you have a question, if you have any issue, you have to clear that right away, because you are asking the question and someone else might have that question and not asking that question. So if you ask that question, that might also help others. So that's why that is my preference, that if you have any question, if you have any issue, just try to fix that, try to make that clear right away. Okay, so now it's time to create the fourth, that is monthly expense, equals to, now what I need to do, I have to add all the numbers, and all the numbers are saved in a variable. So I will use only the variable names here. Okay. Now last thing is I have to print that the total of the expense, right? So system dot out dot println. So next week I'll give you that shortcut to type this system out println. But till now, until next week, don't use any shortcut. Type it, okay? Now,
Which
this is the
shortcut?
I will show you some shortcut from next week.
Okay.
That how can you get this system out println with couple of characters.
Okay.
Okay. But not now. You have to do some practice before that. Okay. So now what will happen is, let me keep this one in a comment. I don't want that right now. So I want to get this one. This total. The total is something like this one. So I got this one. Can you tell me, is this the right thing that I'm getting? Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. The dot, it's supposed to be dot 65.
Yeah, 6499 is means 65, so it's okay.
No, it's okay, but the thing is, why it's like that? Why it should be like that? Let me show you here one thing very quickly. I think in calculation you have to have changed decimal point. I have to change the, okay, why did it happen twice? So 1675.00, it doesn't mean anything, plus 150.55 plus 200.10, 25.65, just like Excel. Yeah, that might be the issue. But usually what we see is it's a very simple thing. Without doing any calculator, using any calculator, we can easily say that it could be like a 0.65. But for some reason, as you say, that for it might be the Excel thing, it's coming like this way. But we don't need to go to that part. It's fine. Here, this is the answer of your question. So you have to declare three variables with three values. That we say that declare and initialize three variables, and then you have to declare one more variable to store all this. After adding all these numbers, you have to keep that somewhere, right? So that's why we need to declare one more variable, and using that just calling that variable, we will be able to see the monthly expense, the total of that, right? Now let's say that this is the apartment is not a double number, this is an integer number. Now okay, so will it work? Any idea? Will it work? Hmm. Okay, so the thing is, I got three answers. One is says yes, one said no, and another one says that it is not showing error. And I believe, like you said that it is not showing error. That's mean that it might work. So I got three answers now, right? Let's try to see. Let's run it and see what's going on here. It worked as is. So for the person, Onik, so the thing is why you say that it will not work is if you have this one double, but if you're trying to store all these double numbers here, it might make the issue here, because it will tell you that you're trying to add all of these, the numbers that you're trying to add is double numbers, this is decimal point numbers, but after that you are trying to keep it in an integer. So in this case it will not work. But if you have an integer and if you're trying to keep that in a double, you can keep that, you can do that.
But do you think it's necessary to mix it up like that? Because isn't it that double will modify even if it's not a decimal number?
Double will modify that if it is a decimal. I'm not clear about your question. Can you please
Like,
repeat that again?
okay, why would be like, okay, 1675 it's not a decimal, right? So even if we put it in double, it will make it as 1675.00. It
Zero.
will
Yes, that is
count
right.
it as. So like I said, that is it necessary to put this number under int?
It's not necessary. It's not. But to make any issue in future, to cause an issue in the future, if you keep that in a double, it will be better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's easier in case we don't get
Yes,
confused. Like you said, the int monthly expense, if you do it the end, it might not work. So might be confused. So like
yes,
double, we can use for both numbers, but int we can't.
yes, you're right.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. So we already checked that before, right? Integer any number equals to 10. We can do that, but we cannot do like this, right? We cannot do that. That's the reason that we cannot do this here. Because you are trying to say that you are trying to save something like decimal point number. Exactly the same thing here. You see that? Exactly the same thing is going on here. So you're trying to save integer number, decimal point number inside a integer data type, right? And here we are doing the same thing. We are trying to add all these numbers, and which is a kind of like we'll get decimal point number, and after that we are trying to save that in an integer data type. which is not possible. But this is possible, like if you just keep that in a double, no matter what will be the data type will be for the previous one, it will accept it. It will accept it. But to make it clear, make it like easier, don't put like different numbers, different data types here. Always try to use same data type, so it will make your life easier. You will not get confused here. Okay. So do you have any question here on this task?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Suppose as an example, we just working on three variables over here. I have another expenses like a car oil change. That one is the
Add it here.
incident number 200. So I can just type over here int then tire cost equal to 100. Then when I will go all to merge together, I have to just type over here double, or I have to type over here double plus int or something like that.
Okay. So
Do
you
you
said,
understand my question, or I made it too much complicated?
no, you said that you have one more expense, that is a tire cost, and that is like 200,
Yes,
right? And then you want to add this cost in your monthly expense, right?
correct.
Just simply add it here. After this one, simply add this tire cost.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't have to make any changes like monthly expenses total. I have to just
No,
make
because
changes for the data type.
you don't need to, because here you see that, because this is a double.
Yes.
You
I
are trying to say
clearly
something
understand.
that
Thank
it is
you.
a double. You can do that. It's kind of like considering this one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you got the idea, right? So you not keep these things here, because otherwise you will get confused. So I'll just take this part out. Okay. Do you have any other question?
Yeah, it's not a question, but curiosity that why couldn't I put dollar sign?
Okay. Dollar sign. Yeah. It's not any like any special character in Java. It's like simply as like anything. If you type, it's simply like that. So if you want to keep that in a dollar sign, then you have to keep that in a double quotation, so that it will simply work as like it will add that dollar sign before your uh, expense here. So what I'll do is I'll just keep simply a dollar sign before that. It's not like keyword, so you cannot use that. So
So
you're
it's not
trying to,
it's not going to be necessary, right?
no, it's not necessary.
Oh, okay. Or
It's
if it
not.
works without that, then it's fine. So it's just, we don't use it. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I got it. But if you want to add that in your results, you can also add it in this format,
oh, I see. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
because you can keep anything in the double quotation, right? You can keep anything.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, that it's again just to look nice.
Yes,
Yeah. hmm Thank you.
no problem. Okay, any other issue? Any other question? No? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, it's 8:20. Let's take a break for 20 minutes, and after that, we'll move forward. I will do some use here, some operators from here. Like it will be easy for you if I give you the task. It's like the same thing by using that the plus sign. Instead of that, if you use the minus sign, if you minus the between the two values, the multiplication and division. So I can give you the homework, right? Is it fine?
Yes, fine, sir.
So if anyone have any question on this one, then I will show you in the class. If no, then I will give you that for homework, because it's a very simple thing. So between the numbers, instead of the plus, you just need to use these signs to see what it does. That's it, nothing else. So everyone is fine with that? Okay, I think I got almost every yes from everyone. So okay, so I will give this task. I will keep that task for the homework. And for now, we'll take a break till 8:40. And after the break, we'll continue with the very important concept that is like conditional statement. Because most of the time, so you are a tester, you will do the verification, right? What you do verification, so we'll understand that after the break. Okay, so we'll not do that here. Let's take a break now.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, again, any question? Okay, if you don't have any question, let's move forward. So as I said that I will give you task on this one as like your homework. Now let's say that I have some numbers. So we'll work on the similar. I will try to give you the homework based on the like similarly whatever we are doing in the class in the session, so that it will be easy for you. Okay. So I will keep that in a comment for now because we are going to start something new. Let's say that I have integer some value, integer some value, and then I have another integer some other value. So I have two variables. Okay. Now, if I have these two variables, and if I give you something like this some other value, it depends on some numbers, and the numbers will be vary. So we'll understand that now. So some other value is considering like some value plus 100 plus 200. Okay. So now tell me one thing. So if I system out print ln, if I print, let's say it's a final value, not some other value, it's a final value. It will be easy to recognize. If I print the final value, can I print that? Can I print it?
Yes.
You are equaling. So
Yes.
any other? Okay. Any other suggestion that if I try to print this final value, so what will be my result for this one?
The result will be 300 plus final value.
300 plus final value. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Yes, you are right. Anyone else? Yes, you are also right. So, Safin Rashida, you are also right, and Mr. Nizan, you are also right. Beauty, you are also right. So, I think you got the idea on it. You are also right. So, 300 plus whatever the value you will get. So the value is depend on this one. So if you keep here, for example, 1, so what will be my final value now?
301.
301. So basically this, yes, beauty, so you are right. So basically this final value is depends, 300 is fixed, but the remaining part is depends on your sum value. Is sum value, it can be anything. It can be 100, or it can be minus 100. It can be anything. Now the things that we learn here is you have some value, but your value might get changed based on some other variable value. You got the point here? I'm just giving you the concept here because I will give you a task based on like a almost like same kind of scenario. Based on that, I will give you a task like that will be in the homework, but I'm just giving you the basic of that to complete that task. The task is about like, okay, go ahead.
No, just wanted to check, like, that I understood it right. That so int some value before you added the 100, so it was a variable, but it was not initialized, right?
That is correct. So
Okay,
right
so
now,
yeah. So later on you can add value, the value will change. Okay, got it. Thank you.
yeah. So this line is called declaration of a variable, and when you initialize something with something, then we call declaration and initialization of a variable. So this part is a declaration part. This part is a initialization part, and you are doing the same thing in the same line. Sorry, you're doing the both thing in the same line, but you can also like divide these things in the separate lines. So you can, at first you can declare a variable, then later point of time you can initialize the variable. Okay, but we'll do that hands-on that thing, so you will get the idea. For now I'm just giving you the concept. Okay, we'll do that hands-on later. But for now, did you get this idea? Like based on your sum value, your final value can change, right?
Yes, I got the idea. But quick question. If you put some value, real value 100 minus 100, then if we click the play button, then the answer will be plus 200, right?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah.
Okay, good. So if I put minus 500, then the answer will be minus 200.
Yes, that is also correct.
Correct. So it will be show over there also the minus sign into the answer option, right?
Yes, you see that here?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So based on your this sum value, the value of this sum value, your final values number is affecting. Okay, so similar to this, I will give you a task. So that's why I'm just giving you that idea so that you can complete that task in the homework. Okay, now let's do something else. This is something kind of like operators things that like data type and operators both are like almost, the things are almost complete, but still now this is remaining. So I'm giving you a task. So if I don't receive enough homework, then I will go quickly go through over of these things on next Tuesday. Okay, now let's move to the new one. So I will create a new class for that because the concept is new. So that's why I will create a new class so that I will prefer if you do that as well, because if you keep your concept, the topics separately, it will be easy for you to run that classes and understand that. Otherwise, you might need to keep all these things in a comment and then run it every time, right? That whatever I did here, so it's better to keep that separate. So right click in the package name, new class. Once you click on the class, it will ask you to give the name of the class. So here, the new concept is, we'll learn now is conditional statement. Okay, conditional statement. Conditional statement. And also I need this, let me share that name with you so that you can create the same name.
So we have to go to the sample package, then click on the
Right
new.
click on the sample package. So let me show you again. So if you see this, you have a project here. Expand this project, you will see two things: JRE system library, SRC folder. Then expand this SRC, then you'll see sample package. Expand this, you will see all the classes that you already have. Now right click on this package and then go to this new and then class. Once you get this one, just type here in the class name conditional statement. Also make sure that you click on this checkbox, the first checkbox, that is public static void main, then click on finish. Once you click on finish, it will create a new class with that name, and you will see the line number 6, which is a comment line. I don't need that line. And also after this line, I will give some extra space so that I don't delete or I don't write anything after this ending brackets, the closing curly brackets. Okay, so make sure that you don't touch anything, any of these brackets here. Okay, and also you don't write anything before this one and this one. We'll learn more that why we're doing this, what will happen if we write outside of this. We'll learn slowly. Okay, for now just try to keep all your code starting from line number 6. Okay, now I'm giving you a condition. Okay, I'm giving you a condition that is if you have a money, then you will go to Niagara Falls. Let's say if you have money, then you will go to Niagara Falls or some other place. If that is up to you, but let's say that's Niagara Falls. If I don't have a money, then I will not go to the Niagara Falls, right? Is there anyone here who didn't understand my context here, the statement that I made right now? If I have money, enough money, then I will go to the Niagara Falls. If I don't have money, then I will not go.
Sounds like Boolean.
Sounds like Boolean. But did you understand the statement that I'm making here?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone on the page, the same page, you understood, right?
Yes.
So I will write exactly the same thing that what I said here. If I have money, let's say like $500. Okay. If I have $500, I always get confused. Say AR or ER? I think it's ER. If I have $500, then I will go to Niagara Falls. Okay. Otherwise, let's keep that in a same line. Otherwise, I will stay home. Okay. So this is my statement. Now the same thing, this sentence, I will create that in a programming. Okay, how this programming will understand these two lines. If you carefully check this one, the first thing is if, and if is kind of like in a different color, right? Can anyone tell me why it's in a different color?
Is counting is counting like as a like data, not still any value, or we didn't put anything yet, variables.
Okay, any other answer?
Falls under the
It
condition.
it cannot be a container name, no?
Okay.
We created the class for the conditional statement, so might be is under the class of conditional statement. So this if, it sounds like a condition.
Okay. Yes. What is your answer, Sapri?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Something like, something to do with conditions.
Okay. So let me clear one by one. So Beauty says that it's a container. So first of all, we have to come out from the container concept, because that concept I gave you to give you the idea about the data type, how you will store that. So the container part is done. So we'll not use that container part, but I understood that you are trying to say that this one is related to the data type, right? So we have integer, we have double, we have string. This can be another data type. Am I right, Beauty?
Oh yes, yeah, I was wrong. I thought it's been a purple color. That's why I said that.
Yes. So you saw that it's a purple color, and before you saw that for integer and double as well, right? The purple color. So that
Yeah,
means
yeah.
your memory. So that's why you got that idea from there, which is also good. And another thing, another concept that Mr. Nitin was telling about here, because I give a name of that class, the conditional statement, so that's why I can only work conditional things here, which is false. I can give any name to the class. It doesn't matter. I can work with anything. I can give any name to the class. Because I give the name for the conditional statement, that's why you got the idea that this might be related to the condition, which is a good thing. You are trying to relate that what we are trying to go do and what is this keywords means. So this is in a purple color, which is means that this is a keyword. Okay, everything you see here: package, public, class, static, void, ARTS, not the ARTS basically, this is not the one. And other things, we have integer, double, these all are in different colors. Whenever you type, these all are in different colors. These all are keywords. In Java, we have around like 50 or 52 keywords. So this is one of them. Now, when I started, this line, this sentence, it is, I started with the if, right? So I'm checking the condition. If I have a money in my in my wallet, like $500, then I will think about that the trip that I want to make for the Niagara Falls, right? So there is a condition, right? I'm checking. You got the idea? So I'm checking my wallet that if I have enough money or not. So I'm using that keyword here. Just check this carefully. I'm using this keyword if here. So that if is basically a keyword that is a condition that you are trying to make here. Okay, so I'm trying to say that if, then I'm checking this is the one, right? I have $500, so I will keep that $500 in a bracket. Okay, I will keep that in a bracket. So I'm checking that. After that, what I do, I have two options. If I have money, if I have enough money, then I will go. If I don't, then I will not go. So here I say that if I have $500, then I will go to the Niagara Falls, right? So here in this place in then, I will use a opening curly bracket. and keep this one, the first condition, I'll keep that in a bracket. If I have a $500, then I will go to the Niagara Falls. Got it? Until this point, you're clear?
So two conditions we are separating by using two brackets. First condition, if I do have 500, that one under the first, and the second one, then I will go to the Niagara Falls, not somewhere else.
No. This is the condition you are checking. You are checking your wallet that if you have a $500 or not. If you have a $500, then you will go to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, the
Otherwise,
conditions we are writing by using the two brackets.
yes. So here is basically two brackets. It is true, but I will change it. I'll change it. So this comma, I don't need it. Okay, I'll just delete that comma. So this is kind of like if I have $500, then which is mean this one, then I will go to Niagara Falls. Otherwise, or can I write this else here? Else I will stay home.
Yeah.
So almost the same thing, right? Else. Otherwise, else is the same, almost the same thing. So else is also a keyword. If you see carefully here, else is purple in purple. So else is also a keyword. Usually this else comes with the if. Okay. Now I have to structure this sentence in a way so that it can properly can be written in that programming language. Okay. Now I start from here. I have $500. So if I have a $500, so let me create a variable integer cash. I have an integer cash which is like $1,000. Let's say I have $1,000 in my wallet. Now I am checking if I have cash $500 or not, right? Cash is okay. So here I will use a different operator. So I will explain that later. But let me use that now. So I will use this one. This is a greater than sign. This is a greater than sign, and we also have a less than sign. And also we'll use one more that is double equals. This is the place that you have to give some more focus on here, because some people get confused with one equal sign and two equal sign. So in this situation, what I say that if my cash is $500 or not, right? If I have enough money or not. That's why I need to use two equal sign here. Remember one thing, when you are checking condition, you always have to use two equal sign. But when you are trying to store some value in a variable, you are using one equal sign. This is the only difference between one single equal sign and two equal sign. Okay. Now I'm checking
Double
that.
equal
Okay,
meaning like this is our condition.
these are condition. Yes. Double equals means that is checking if it is equal or not. And one is basically putting that, saving that value inside a variable. Okay. So now I'm checking if cash double equals to 500 not. If it is true, then if it is like if I have a cash 500, then I will go to the Niagara Falls. So let me keep that in a different line, and let me keep that inside a system out println. I will print that line if I have enough money. Okay. Else.
Uh, to make it like much more easier, we cannot write this system.printout after this line. Something is got, everything got like together right now, because you wrote the language in a coding, and after that we are going to print it out right now, so it looks something.
Okay.
And you understand or not, like the bracket things was close, and after that we can make a space and we can write down the bottom, like in row number 12, 13.
Got it. Okay, so let me make it more easier. Okay, so now I have to check that if I have cash is 500 or not. Okay, so the first thing is, because I need to use, I have to check, always I have to use if. If is the checking keyword that we have to use. Okay, and after the if, inside the bracket you have to check. Now what you are checking here, if I have a cash,
Double equal
500,
5.
is that right?
No, double equal it have to have, because condition.
Double equals, because if even though if you keep one single equal sign, it's not going to work. Okay, so you have to keep double equal. So what I am checking, if my cash is cash is double equals to 500 or not. Are we all in the same page? Do you understand this line? If you understand this line, then it will be very easy for you to understand the remaining part. Okay, now there will be like two things. First of all, we will always check what will happen if I have that money. When I will see this is either can be true or false, right? I might have 500 or I might not have 500. You got the point? This checkpoint is basically to check if it is true or false. I'm not using any boolean here right now, but I'm just telling you that this place is basically to check if my condition is true or false. If I have $500 in my wallet, that means that this condition is true. If I don't have $500 in my wallet, that means this condition is false. Now, we always have to say the true part first. If I have a $500 in my wallet, then you have to start the double curly bracket here. And once you put the curly bracket, opening curly bracket, just hit enter. Just hit enter, that's it. This is like a program that you can still run. There is no error. You see that in my class, I don't have any error. I can run it. I can run it, but I will not see any output here. I will not see any output here. But now, if you need to see any output, then you always have to work inside here in line number 10. Whatever you have to do, if it is true, then you have to do here between this opening and curly bracket, closing curly bracket. So I want to print something here. Okay, I cannot just type directly I will be travel to Niagara Falls, or let's keep it simple. Let's go to Niagara Falls. Okay, you cannot do that in programming. You cannot just simply type the sentences, so you have to keep that in a what, you have to keep that. If you want to print that, where you can keep it?
We have to keep it inside the curly bracket, so we have to type system
No,
dot.
no. Yes, system.out println, right? Whatever you want to see, you have to keep that in a system out println inside the double quotation, right?
Yes, if we want any answer, we have to go with that one because Java do not understand any other things.
Yes, that's why I cannot write this sentence directly here, and it will not work because I have an error here, right? So to see this line in a console, in the output, that if my cash is $500, then this line should print. Let's go to Niagara Falls. This line should print. To keep that in a print, to keep that in an output, I have to write down system.out.println, and then where is let's go? Okay, so somewhere it's gone. Let's go to Niagara Falls, like this, right? Is it looks good now? Now try to understand it again, okay? If you are getting this confused about this part, let's check this part again here, then you will be clear.
Quick question. I'm cleared over here, but my question is like this curly bracket we put over here. These things we typed it manually, or we are just working on when we open the class?
This is typing manually.
Okay, correct. Thank you.
So this bracket, whenever you need, you can open that. Whenever you need, you can open that. And one more important thing here, usually what we do, we make mistake. We open the curly bracket, but we forget to close it. So that's why my suggestion is, whenever you open the curly bracket, just hit the enter. It will automatically give you the ending curly bracket. So you will not ever like think about where should I close it. This is the most of the time I get that question that I got an error here. Okay, so I can see you opened it here, and somewhere in the last line it's showing you an error here, and you don't know that what is the issue is because you opened it here, you didn't close it somewhere. You have to close it as well. So that's why my suggestion is, whenever you open any bracket, just the curly bracket, just hit enter. It will automatically give you that closing curly bracket. Okay, this is like a trick to not like messing out these brackets. Now again, to check any condition, this is the way how we'll write the condition thing. If always try to understand with like regular sentences, okay? If you're trying to understand this conditional statement, just check with something like if you have a meat, then you will cook, right? So the meat is you have to check it. So if in my case, what I'm doing is I'm checking if I have a $500 cash. If I already created this this one variable, and I put it this cash as like 500. Now I'm checking if I have a cash for $500, then instead of writing then, I'm just putting this opening curly bracket, and inside the bracket, this is the part. Whatever you write here, that is a true part. If this condition is true, only then it will go inside and do the job. Let me show you. So how many of you think that this line will print here? No one? uh, I like your logic, Safin. So, but sometime you'll see that there is no error, but you'll see something else. I'll show you later. But I like the logic. It will print. Okay, Nasida, I got two answers till now. So either yes or no, just simple. It should maybe. Okay, so you are 50-50. Onyx said yes. Okay. Beauty says will print. Mr. Mijal says will print. Okay, yes, that's mean that the yes win here. Let me run it and see it's really printing or not. It printed. And why is that? Because I have the cash, I have a variable, the cash for $500. Then I'm checking if I really have this $500. This double equals means that it's checking if it's basically what is in the background is going on is cash is matching with like this. Now tell me, is it true or false? It's true, right? 500 equals to 500. It's true. Then if it is true, then it will go inside and do the job. But in case like it's not true, let's say 400. Now is it true or false?
False.
False. Anyone else with true? Okay, everyone with false. Okay, that is a good thing because 400 is never ever will be equals to 500, right? That means whenever it's false, it will never go inside this bracket. Never. Now, if I run it, it will not print anything. You see, it didn't print anything because this condition is false. So understand this part very carefully. To check something, we have to keep that in a parenthesis, and then before the parenthesis, we have to use this keyword which is called if. So we are checking. So it's like normal conversation, like if 400 equals to 500, then I will do this job. Because this is not true, then I have to handle the other part as well, right? So if I don't have like a $500, then I will stay home. That's why outside this bracket, this is the part where you have to work with your false part. So false part will start with else. After the else, just put another opening curly bracket and hit enter. Then you will get this block where you have to work with your false part. Now tell me, this is false, right? Now what should I do here for the false part? Should I print anything? If my condition is false, should I do anything here?
Stay home.
Stay home. To print that stay home, I have to keep that in a system out println, and in the end of the line semicolon. Now tell me, is this should I get true or false from this condition?
It will print the answer right now, and the answer will be false.
So it will, if this condition is false, so which line it will print? This one or this one?
Stay home.
Stay home. Anyone else with a different answer? Okay, so everyone is with the stay home. I believe stay home will win. Yes. So the main concept here is, yes, so you're right, beauty in incidence of print. So the main concept here is you are checking if it is a true or false. If it is true, then it will work on the first parenthesis. But if it is false, then it will go to the second parenthesis, and make sure that before the second parenthesis, you have to, sorry, curly bracket, you have to write else. Okay, wherever you have two things to like, okay, what is your question?
Okay. So int cash equals 500. So that's like a so what is it called? It's a command, declaration. What is it?
This is the simple that we did before, like declaration and initialization of the variable.
Right. Yeah, same thing. Declaration and initialization. Now, so is that the money you have? And then where is the 400? Okay, where did the 400 come from?
I just put some like random number. So if I want to put this cash, so what will happen here?
So it will match, right? But
Now
um,
it's match. So I'm just keeping the variable name here, and
mhm,
I'm trying to match with this number.
right.
Now tell me this is true or false.
Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to ask that. So in cash equals 500, that's a declaration and initialization. And the
Hmm?
next one is the condition, and we are matching. If it's otherwise, it's not gonna match. If it's cash, it will match. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. But here, is it true or false?
It's true.
It's true. And which line you gonna print?
Let's go.
Let's go to Niagara Falls. So the similar way, every time if you change the, I just keep that 400 later here before because to show you that false part. If I keep that 400 here, is the same thing. It's the same thing. So now tell me that is it true or false?
That's false.
That's false, and it will go to that stay home, right?
Right.
Okay. Now here you need to understand only two more things, then we'll be done for today. One is, let's say that it's not possible like you will check your money, like let's say that you have a $1,000, but you are checking that if you have a 500 or more than 500, then, or let's say that you have a more than 500, then you will go to the Niagara Falls. So for that one, if you have a more than 500, so I'll change this here 500. So if it is a more than 500, for the more than this word, we have a sign called this one. So wherever the big part you see, that it will be bigger. You got that? So this sign called greater than. Greater than means that the first part, this part should be bigger than the other part. But if you have the other way, we call that less than. So that this part should be bigger than this part, right? Anyone here who doesn't understand this sign?
Actually, I was typing the previous one. Over here, we change our condition, right? So
Mhm.
if we have more money, then still we can go.
Yeah, so if we have a more than $500, then I want to go to the Niagara Falls because I might need more than $500. And my cash right now I have $1,000. So tell me, is it true or false, this part?
This part is looks like true.
Look like true. Okay, anyone else here who didn't understand this part?
If we use the less than sign, then it will be false.
Mm-hmm. No questions, right? Okay, so that's mean you got the idea here that we sometime we might need to use this less than sign, greater than sign, double equal sign. Sometimes we need to do that. Now here I say that it's a greater than. So in this case, we will go to the Niagara Falls. Now tell me, I have this money in my hand. I have like $100 in cash. Now I'm checking this condition. Then which line you gonna print?
Stay home.
Stay home. And you got the idea, right? So why I'm getting this stay home? Because this cash is basically have a big 100 here.
I have more than 100, so that's why.
If you try to compare this, 100 is greater than 500, which is always false. If you have a false, then it will go to the else part. But if it's true, then it will go to the true part. So always try to remember one thing, that is this part is a conditional part. Based on this part, if it is true, it will go to the first curly bracket, the block of the first curly bracket. But if it is not true, if it is false, then it will go to the second curly bracket. Okay. Now,
And in cash is the real thing that you have.
integer cache is the real one.
Yes.
Okay, so let me do one thing with that cache here. Now tell me, is it true or false?
True.
True. Okay. Any other answer? Okay. So everyone with that true, which is the right thing. So this is true because you always have to think. So whatever you have in the variable, the value, just try to get it here. Then it will be easy for you to make the comparison. So I have this cache here 100. 100 is less than 500, which is a true thing. When it is a true, then it will go here and print the line. Okay. Okay, so this is done for today. So this is like about like basic of the conditional statement, but we'll learn more about the conditional statement in our next session. So in next session, it will be more about that the conditional statement if you have a multiple condition. So what we'll do in that kind of situation. Let's say that if you are in a traffic light, consider the traffic light. In traffic light, you have the three lights, right? Red, yellow, and green. So for the three different lights, we do three different things. For the red light, we stop. For the green light, we go. For the yellow, we yell or slow down or speed up. Usually, we don't do that. So these things we do, right? So based on that, we can use this conditional statement, and we take the input. Based on the input, we'll do our job. So we'll check that in our next session. But for now, this is like a very simple concept about the conditional statement. Just do some practice on that, then it will be easy for you to understand the next line, next week's session. Okay, because we'll do more about the conditional statement on the next session. Okay, so this is about should I change it up? Any question?
Today I will practice plus, minus, multiple, and divided. Then this one I will also try. But if I do it today, then it will be a little bit too much for me. I'll do it next time.
No problem. So take your time. You have enough time till next Tuesday. So in the meantime, I'll also send you the homework. So you can just do some practice. That's it. And the homework is basically whatever we did. It's not like I will include some more thing or you have to search something online. So whatever we did, if you have a clear concept on that, then you'll be able to answer these questions.
Okay, I have a quick request. Would you like to scroll down a little bit more so that I can?
Nothing. I don't have anything.
Okay. I don't know why my system is showing something to one line more extra. I don't know. When you have time, I would like to share my screen.
Okay, so let me make you the presenter.
Like,
You see this? Okay. Before I tell this, what is the issue is, can anyone tell me what is the issue here?
I might be like writing from the
Deleted it,
number
right?
six. Yeah, I can delete or when I was like spacing off the line, I maybe start from the five, from the seventh. So that's why maybe.
That line, line number 28 is like a comment, so you can delete that line, which is fine.
Okay.
But other than that, do you have any issue in your class?
Oh yeah, this one
Mhm.
I didn't finish it yet. I was just trying to follow up with you.
Okay, even though you finish it, can anyone explain that what is the issue is?
His curly brackets are not all the way down. It's coming in the way.
No, that is not an issue. Anyone else wants to try? Even though he answered the question previously, when we are in the very starting of our session today, he answered that, but he made that mistake.
Oh.
But if anyone else wants to try and fix that
Yes.
issue,
The duplicate variables. Yes, I
yeah,
have to change the this one. I can put cache too.
anything, but
Awesome
you
stuff.
can
Yeah.
create another variable with the
Mm.
same name.
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
See, need more practice. It doesn't matter. I'm understanding, but when I'm typing, these things going out from my brain. Need to more practice.
Yes, it's all about the practice. So whenever you see this red mark, just mouse over, then it will give you the idea, like give you that suggestion. What is the issue is? And Anik, yes, your suggestion is also fine. He didn't mention the else, but that is not an error. So he can still run the program without the else.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
No problem.
Mizan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, does this help you typing it with Zakir in the Eclipse? I would get distracted. Like I'd like to listen to his lecture and then go back and listen to it again and practice later on. I don't know. I'm saying like, does that help
Uh,
you?
this one actually depend. Like if you do lots of multitasking, you can go. You should.
Yeah, yeah, I can't do that. So that helps you, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's good. Yeah, just
It depends on you basically. If you can do that. Otherwise, you can follow the instruction. Then you can.
yeah.
Uh,
Mm. Yeah, it's good though. See, I mean, he actually he learned another thing. We learned another thing that duplicating. So if you can do that, it's good. You learn things. But for me, I mean, I don't think it doesn't work for me because
No,
I
I'm
have
just
to.
trying.
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
this is
It's
also distracting because sometimes when he's typing, I'm moving to the another topic, and he's in the previous topic. Yet he's typing the previous thing. So sometimes it's distracting. So you
Yes.
can
You're.
check. So it's up to you basically to how you take this.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, no problem. So we don't have any question, right?
Till now, no.
Okay. So if we don't have any question, just do this basic thing here, and don't think about that. We have to do a lot of things. I will give you very simple tasks to do in a homework. Don't get afraid of this completing this homework in a time. If you need some extra time, you can just take it, and whenever you get time, just complete it and send it to me. Okay, so I hope we are done for today. Any question? Okay, so if we don't have any questions, so we can stop the